The second weekend of the NCAA tournament has picked up where the opening weekend left off. The first day of the Sweet 16 was defined by more chaos, with no. 9 Kansas State stunning heavy favorite number 5 Kentucky, number 9 Florida State upsetting number 4 Gonzaga, and number 11 Loyola Chicago pulling out a surprising win over no. 7 Nevada. Number 3 Michigan was the only favorite to win Thursday, and they looked amazing doing it. Everything else that happened felt totally jarring. There's already history being made in the Elite Eight with only half the field set. Consider, this is the first time 3 teams seeded 9th or lower have reached the Elite Eight. Loyola vs. Kansas State will be the first number 11 seed versus number 9 seed game in tournament history. Only 0.002%, 349 out of 17.3 million, of people who filled out a bracket with ESPN have the first 4 elite teams correct. That almost feels surprisingly high. This tournament is out of control right now. Here's what happened Thursday. This Kansas State thing is happening. Brett Davis, USA Today Sports. K-State was the second worst team remaining in the field, according to KenPom. It only finished 4th in the Big 12 during the regular season. It was easy to believe Kansas State was only at the second weekend because of a special amount of luck, getting to play a no. 16 seed in the round of 32 after UMBC pulled the biggest upset in college sports history against Virginia. Kentucky was playing great ball lately. It seemed like John Calipari had figured out his lineups. He had a new star in point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Kentucky was the clear favorite in this game, and Kansas State stifled them from start to finish. Kansas State plays slow, ranking no. 307 in pace out of 351 teams. It plays great defense, currently sitting at number 14 in KenPom's efficiency rankings. There's nothing pretty about the style played by Bruce Weber's team, but they just keep winning. This game was incredibly ugly. Kansas State won by shooting 35.2% from the field. Kentucky went just 3 of 12 from three-point range and only made 62% of its free throws. Somehow, K-State persevered, setting up the most unlikely Elite Eight matchup ever with Loyola Chicago on Saturday. Loyola Chicago keeps hitting daggers. Let's watch Marcus Towns' shot one more time. What's amazing about Loyola is it's a different hero every night. It was Dante Ingram with the buzzer beater against Miami in the opening round. It was Clayton Custer with a miracle bounce to beat Tennessee in round 2. Now Towns is the star on a night he scored 18 points and keep this Ramblers fever dream alive. Loyola has won 3 games by a total of 4 points. This is surviving and advancing at its highest level, a combination of being lucky and good at the same time. Nevada had made a habit of wiping out big leads in the tournament. The Wolfpack came back from 14 down against Texas and 22 down against Cincinnati. They battled back against Loyola, too, but the Ramblers' magic was too much to handle. Loyola is 1 win away from the Final Four, facing a highly beatable Kansas State team. What a world. Florida State is too big and too deep to fail. Robert Hanashiro, USA Today Sports. From an 8th place finish in the ACC to the Elite Eight, Florida State's run in this tournament is every bit as surprising as Kansas State's and Loyola's. In a way, FSU's win over Gonzaga was even more impressive than its victory over top-seeded Xavier a round earlier. The Seminoles dominated this game, suffocating the Zags' offense and consistently scoring in the paint to come away with a 15-point victory. The Noles just held a top 15 Gonzaga offense to 0.86 points per possession in a Sweet 16 game. This Florida State team is just bizarre. It's the second biggest team in the tournament next to Duke. It's the deepest team in the tournament, too, with Leonard Hamilton giving minutes to 11 players in the Sweet 16. Forget about short rotations and going small in March. FSU just grinds you down with size and depth. Michigan is on fire. The Wolverines are in some kind of zone right now. It helps when your center is nimble enough to do something like this. Texas A. Michigan just demolished them by 27 to move 1 win away from the Final Four. John Beilein's offense is just humming right now. Michigan put up a ridiculous 1.38 points per possession by hitting 64% of its twos, 58% of its threes, and 87% of its free throws. Oh yeah, this is also the best defensive team Beilein has ever coached. The Wolverines are up to number 3 in defensive efficiency in KenPom's season-long rankings. Michigan has great balance and arguably the tournament's best coach. It has won 12 games in a row on the brink of a matchup with Florida State. There's no doubt this is the single most impressive team on this side of the bracket so far.